What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Uncanned. And today we have a very special episode for you. We're not uncanning just one beer, we're uncanning two beers. And they're not just any beer, probably some of the most sought after beers in craft beer history. Yes, we have Pliny the Elder. And not only that, we also have Pliny for President, the double dry hopped version of Pliny the Elder that Russian River released earlier this year. So the first thing that I want to do is really just kind of see how these two beers compare side by side. And when I'm looking at Pliny, I'm always looking at how fresh is it, right? So I usually can find a date. Here we go. This was bottled on July 24th. So very fresh. We're taping this on August 9th. So 2 weeks old. I'm not going to try and do the math at this point in time, but that's a fresh Pliny the Elder here. And then for Pliny for President, this was canned, let's see, July 10th. So about a month old. So a little bit older, but still shouldn't be too big of a difference. All right, so first things first, I got these poured into a glass, and we have the Pliny the Elder here, which has a nice kind of straw yellow, kind of gold, really nice carbonation here, thin film of head right on top that's clinging pretty nicely. And then we have the Pliny for President right on this side here. And the first thing you notice is that on the color spectrum, they're pretty similar. Pliny for President, the double dry hop version, does have a little bit more gold in it, and it does seem to be just a tad bit more clear, but both of them are pretty clear. But there's a slight haze on the Pliny the Elder, and there's a little bit more clarity on the Pliny for President. So on the nose, let's do side by side. Very nice. And you got your classic Pliny the Elder West Coast Double IPA nose on this. A little bit of orange, a little bit of tangerine. You do get a little of that bitter dankness as well. A little bit of lemon rind, grapefruit rind, and a slight bit of grassiness as well. And let's compare that to the nose on Pliny for President. And to kind of reset my nose, just kind of smell my skin a little bit. It's not weird, I promise. It does help kind of reset some of your, I don't know, senses, I guess. A little bit of a brighter nose on this, less of that kind of resiny dankness, and more of the fleshy, juicy part of the citrus fruit. So like chunks of fresh orange, lemon, it's like a citrus fruit basket. And again, some of that bright grassy character to it as well. Doesn't smell like it has the bitterness that the regular Pliny the Elder has, but both smell fantastic. Both smell extremely good, very delicious. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Before I do, I mean, these beers are essentially identical. Like, I don't think you could really tell the difference between these if you were asked to pick them out of a lineup. The color, the clarity, they're just both so very close. Head retention, both very similar. And the nose too is both really similar as well. But yeah, a little bit more brightness on the nose of this Pliny for President. Let's give them a whirl. Fucking fantastic IPA here. Really bright citrus fruit on this. Kind of follows the nose. Grassy, citrus, bitter. Very nice, very well balanced. And I think that's why this beer is what it is in the beer world, is the balance. It's hard to believe that it is sitting at, what is the ABV? It's been a while since I've even looked at this. 8% on a Pliny the Elder. And I'm assuming that Pliny for President is 8% as well. Yes, it is. So let's give that one a whirl. I think right off the bat, it's just a sweeter beer. It's not like big double IPA malty caramel sweetness. It is tropical fruit sweetness that you're getting on this beer. Actually more in line of what IPAs are tasting like today in 2020. So in a way, you kind of look at both of these beers and you say, this is the classic, the Pliny the Elder of old, the one that will never go bad, the one that will always be delicious. And then Pliny for President is the modern, younger, sleeker, more updated version of the beer that kind of fits more in line of what IPA drinkers are expecting today. So I think they fit alongside each other really, really well. It's gonna be hard for me to pick out which one I like better. So let me just give it another whirl because it's gonna be tough. and they're delicious. Fuck, this is really hard. I like both of them in different ways. And the fact that they're so similar is like picking like a 1A and 1B. I'm gonna force myself to go ahead and pick something. And so my 1A is going to be Pliny for President. I do appreciate the brightness of the tropical sweetness of this beer. It's just hitting me in the right way right now. And if you've listened to any of my videos, you know that that's kind of my philosophy, is that there's no one favorite beer. It's what is the beer that you like best in that moment, in the context of where you're sitting on the particular day, in the particular place and time. So right now I'm picking Pliny for President, but Pliny the Elder is right behind it, and they are both delicious. I'm kind of curious as to what it will taste like if I combine the two. So you think I should? Yes, no, yes, no. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I just cuvées Pliny the Elder and Pliny for President, 8% double IPA from Russian River Brewing Company. Excellent beer. Get your hands on both of these if you can. They're just damn good. Cheers. Oh, that's so good.